you.
Day that will live in infamy.
We'll stay on YouTube though,
Maybe.
because we're gonna go to our movies now. Correct?
It's film class, Mikey.
It's film class, and
Film
the year is 1972, the year of our Lord.
Yes.
So let's go ahead. Would you like me to go first?
I would love for you to go
He'd
first.
He'd love for me to go first. Yeah. So
Let me here. I'll just read a quick little thing
Okay.
just to start off, and then we can get into your movies. Just to kind of give a high level summary of let's see. So yeah, 1972. It was a landmark year in cinema that had a divisive array of films, redefined genres, pushed boundaries, had a lot of cultural impact. You know, films like, arguably, one of the most famous movies of all time, The Godfather, What's Up, Doc, Solaris, science fiction, Last House on the Left, a horror film, Wes Craven early movie, Jeremiah Johnson, that's Chris's movie.
Oh, dude, the original John Wick.
Yep.
Bro.
The Choir, The Wrath of God. That's Werner Herzog and his buddy. This actor, it's great.
So wait,
So, yeah.
Jeremiah Johnson was this year?
Yeah.
That's some fucking synchronicity right there because
Okay.
yeah, earlier this week in one of the like violence groups that I'm in,
One of the violence groups I'm in.
I had
You good?
somebody had shared that where it was like the original John Wick and it
You
was
serious?
the scene where he goes in to
I don't
the
even
pro
know
camp.
like anything about Jeremiah
You've never
Johnson.
seen Jeremiah Johnson?
No.
Oh my god.
We'll have to watch trailer for that then.
Jeremiah
That came out the
Johnson
year.
yeah, when we go to break, I'll show you the clip. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
Anybody that's seen
No,
that
I mean, we
movie,
can pull
there's
it. Like, we'll pull it up.
Yeah, we can wait. But that's
But yeah,
funny. That's funny that was this year. And earlier this week, I saw that clip and I was like, oh fuck yeah,
Dude.
Yeah, no.
Now you have it too. That's what I'm saying, dude. This stuff's getting wild. So Godfather,
Simulation's
Pink,
breaking down.
dude. That or
They're
it's
they're running out of eventualities.
that or honestly, like I guess the non-simulation theory really is. I think as far as existence, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing because things are aligning. You good?
Yeah, I'd heard those dogs like going at it, and I heard like one dog
it's like
whimpering
the
bad, and I didn't know if like Lily got out, but they were in there wrestling, so
We didn't
just
know if
checking.
Lily was killing the neighbors
Yeah.
wrong.
No, but Chris, he had some. One
Yeah, I
of
heard
his
that
videos,
about
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
Johnson.
Yeah, before I left, I did hear that.
Yeah. So I was kind of going through some of them, and but yeah. So that being said, the Deliverance.
Yeah,
That
so Deliverance, yep.
Deliverance, Superfly.
So-
That's how, so yeah, Mikey, well, let's go and kick us off with
All right.
what you want us to check out a trailer for.
All right, I will. I'll start off with the movie. I watched the movie Tales from the Crypt. And again, like most of my picks, I like to make accessible picks to every man, the simple man, the man with simple thoughts. Tubi.
Mikey,
It's a Tubi pick.
guess what about Tubi that touched my life?
What?
Guess where we watched What's Up, Doc?
Guess where I watched it?
Tubi.
On Tubi. To be
So
honest.
did we.
To be honest, that's where I watched it.
And me and my dad had a whole little short conversation about the
Dude.
Tubi. Let's get to work. So this one came Demon Knight. Demon Knight's
No,
crazy.
no.
Not
Up
that
there,
one.
top.
I didn't even know I knew about the
Tales.
one from the '89. I didn't realize it was started in the '72.
No, it's. What's this?
It's full screen.
Lives in Tales from the Crypt.
Do the laugh.
Oh.
Welcome to the Crypt.
Was this the first time you watched it?
You are invited on a guided tour of a world of dark.
Did you know about it existing?
Where nightmares
I didn't. I knew the '89 one. I didn't realize the one went back this far. I'm glad you watched this because I saw it on there. I'm like, well, that's Mikey's job to watch these.
lives.
Trailer work is solid.
Not bad. Cujo. Razor blade wall? That's like Saw, dude.
But so yeah, is this seriously?
Yeah.
The vault of horror is about to open.
Shit was good, dude.
Learn its terrifying secrets.
That dude's just sleeping. So is it like is it a series of short little like film? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can tell us about it. That's cool.
Nosferatu. Perhaps you.
Peter Cushing.
That dude didn't age well.
Peter Cushing?
No,
Or that guy?
The death looks great.
Crypt Keeper, isn't it?
That's not.
Oh,
Death.
yeah,
Crypt
that's
Keeper,
right. Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
I was
yeah.
about to say about 10 years later, he looked
That's true.
like Nancy
I see what you
Pelosi.
did. And then this next one is a movie that I watched with Chris, and it is Across 110th Street.
Shout out to that song, by the way.
Across
We put that one-
110th Street.
Yeah,
Across 110th Street. You
That's,
did
Bobby
it'll play
Womack.
it in the video, I
Bobby
bet,
Womack
probably.
song.
I have a
But
feeling.
that version of it.
Not Bobby Womack, dude.
Or
It's
it's,
the trailer. Trailer, yes.
Well, thank you, Mikey.
Yeah, thank you,
You
Matthew.
know what? I'm gonna tell you a little. I'm gonna tell you a
Thank you.
secret.
Go down lower. Thank you, Matthew.
I will get. I'll figure out how to get to the
Up there,
trailer.
that one. That's good. No, hi. The first one. You're right.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is 12 years old. It's too old for us.
This trailer sucks.
It's kind of
I'm kidding.
distasteful.
It's
It
a good.
has
Just look. You'll recognize these people in this first scene. One of these people. Guy on the far right.
maybe he will.
Him.
It's Ed Asner.
Guy from Rocky.
Yeah, he played
Yeah.
his trainer.
Oh,
No, it's what's her name's sister.
Oh,
Her brother.
I've never
brother.
seen Rocky all the way through.
Yeah, it's,
It's
So
Adrian's brother.
Oh yeah, timeless. That's he's a great actor, right?
He's been in other stuff. He's a good actor.
I believe he is.
this. Oh, I didn't show him with the. That dude was from South Central. I believe.
That's
The
Whispers
driver.
from
Or
Hoodlum.
Bozy drinking his juice in the hood.
Brow.
Remember Hoodlum about Bumpy
Ah.
Johnson with Lawrence Fishburne?
How'd you like it?
It was good. It was. I mean, it's
it
like
was
a
a good
good.
movie.
It's a good gangster
watched it with him?
movie. It's
There
like
we
a
go.
good
That's what I'm talking about.
because
guys.
it has a.
That scene right there where they're trying to get away.
Dude, that looked
is
like Paul
pretty
Schaefer.
hilarious. Yeah, the
For a second, right there. CBS
I'll
Orchestra.
talk about it in a second.
they.
Oh,
wondering
yeah,
if
yeah.
They're gonna play that whole
Nah.
scene and like. Man,
Hey now.
You want your brains all over that wall, brother?
That old white guy was going at him.
That guy right there on the right is he's a big time actor.
No.
I'll find him and tell you who he is.
I think this is like the oldest looking white dudes I've seen throwing so many punches.
Oh, no, this scene right here, yeah.
The whole trailer,
What?
a bunch of old white guys are the ones throwing punches.
That scene actually, he actually nailed it. Like when he because he is like, he beats the shit out of that guy, but like, he's so like winded, like out of it. He
From
like
doing it?
stands up and like puts his hat on.
So it's believable.
Like has to like collect himself, and he's like,
That's cool.
fucking, and it's like that's some real shit.
There's the
There's
song.
the song.
Anthony
It's a
Quinn.
different version of it.
Ah, Yaphet Koto.
Pushes won't let the junkie go free.
Oh, that'll get him. Let's push that ladder over.
Yeah, he
Music
had
playing
so
at
that
the end,
guy,
that's interesting.
that guy that I was.
That's the song 110th Street.
Is
Bobby
it?
Womack. Yeah.
Okay.
They played it at the version you probably know was the one they played right at the start of the movie Jackie Brown.
Okay, that's
So
cool.
that guy, that
Tarantino.
actor is Anthony Quinn, and
That's
he
one
had
I love that
he had a famous movie, Requiem for a Heavyweight, 1962. That was a big movie for him.
Yeah, no, that's a name I'm familiar with.
Yeah, and so he's that dude. He's got the real strong features. He's also been in like a bunch of like he was in a
No,
good
yeah.
Western
Whenever
movie.
you were looking it up, he was like the main actor that they showed. Anthony
Yes.
Quinn was the name that popped up.
Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Next, all right, this is great because I have I've got 2 of them. This year there was 2 that came out, and they're back to back.
Wait, so you've already given us 2, so you have 2 more of them?
2 more from the same guy, back to back.
Oh, okay. Director or actor? Or...
Actor.
Okay.
The directors are different, I do believe.
Okay.
But the first one, Fist of Fury.
Ooh. This is my who's in this, Chris?
Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Common spelling.
Yes. This film was restricted. You had to be 17 to get into to watch it. You mind if you popping that popcorn?
I was literally just thinking that.
Unstoppable. Unbeatable. Unbelievable.
Unwinnable.
So in the pantheon of his movies, like where's this the earlier or later one? He doesn't have a ton, really. I don't think.
Delivering a Chinese connection. Bruce Lee, the Oriental superstar who exploded
What?
Oriental.
America
We didn't know that that's not the way to do that.
This is delicious.
to defend the honor of his nation and the love of his woman.
This is a great fight scene.
It's 2001 Space Odyssey music.
Yeah.
He breaks them up, smashes them down, and kicks
Technically, this isn't the trailer you should have played. Stop this trailer.
Is this not the
This
trailer?
is-
No, it's
Shit
the movie.
trailer.
No, it's the movie, but the next one, you should have played his next one that I'm going to recommend.
Okay.
The Way of the Dragon.
There we go.
The
Fist of Fury is a good movie, but The Way of the Dragon is an iconic
Way
movie.
of the Dragon is the one that.
For an obvious scene, you could just play this clip. Go down and play. Yeah. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah.
Right here.
Carry on.
No, what?
No, you're perfect.
I don't know why it.
Let's talk about that.
No, he's good. You can play that first one. This is a good trailer. You know what movie? You know which one this one is?
Yeah, I knew what it was.
It's not the one with Queen Abdul. That's Enter the Dragon, right? Queen Abdul
Yes.
Jabbar.
That
No,
was
that's
Enter.
Game of Death.
Oh, here it
That.
is. Yep. Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah.
Chuck Norris was 17 there. That's who I thought that was in the other scene too that he was fighting. That was the guy
Carlos.
in one of
Carlos
his
Norris.
books or whatever, where it was like, or that he talked about how he loved having that guy in his movies because he could take a ball shot. And in every fucking movie that he was in with Bruce Lee, he gets hit in the nuts, and so it's fucking hilarious that like in that preview.
He gets hit
He's
in the
getting
nuts.
punched in the fucking
He's
balls.
he's doing what he gets paid for. Hey, where's our ball man?
Yeah. Tank guy.
This is a movie that, like, can I say one? Well, I probably shouldn't because it's probably going to be in yours.
No, I'm. There's not a.
I was
I'm
going
not
to
doing
say
a long
I didn't
list,
necessarily see it, but I got because
If
I
you
kept
did,
trying to
it'd be
watch
cool if you
it.
didn't. Okay.
I kept trying to watch
What'd you
it,
start
but I
with?
could not find. I could not. I could find the copies of it, but it was not working. I could
Okay.
not ever get it to work. I could never get it to play on any of
Then I
them.
probably didn't
and I couldn't
watch it.
find it anywhere. You've seen it, I know, because I mentioned it in Slaughterhouse 5.
Yep.
Kurt Vonnegut.
That was the one that
No, that came out because
when he brought
So-
it up. Yeah, I figured.
I kept
when
trying
you
to
would find
watch
it,
it, and I
yeah.
kept no.
It was a good book.
Did you not know it was on this?
It came out in '72.
I
though.
didn't come across it. It was
That's
crazy.
funny. Because when he brought it up last week, I was like, oh, that'll for sure be on Matthew's list.
Well, yeah. It's like I haven't. I'm not doing like the longest list as much as I am just like picking a couple
No,
and then.
yeah.
But because I've seen it and it was. It was a cool movie. This one for me was one of those that's like the book really. I mean, it was interesting, and plus I was really young when I saw.
Yeah.
I was like 13 or 12 when I rented it.
So I got two more then. The one, the mechanic with Charles
Jason
Bronson.
Statham. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the
It's the
Jason
original.
Statham is the.
It's a remake of this?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Fucking Charlie fucking Bronson.
Charlie.
when-
And this guy was
Men were
18 when
fucking
this came
men.
out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
name is Bishop. He's as methodical
Who-
Fucking Bronson.
as precise.
Who's the modern Charles Bronson? Has there even been one?
Brad Pitt might be the closest, but there's nobody.
no.
He's
Oh,
not.
There's
He's got to
nothing,
be
not even-
unattractive. He's or not unattractive, but he can't be too handsome.
No, I was gonna say no. The modern Charles
Liam
Bronson would
Neeson?
have to be closest to our boy Josh Brolin, dude.
or Liam Neeson.
There may not be time enough for that. I'm not some wild Cleveland shooter. I don't cowboy.
No, you know who it would be somebody like Barenthal, like John Barenthal
think so?
or something. Well, because Charlie Bronson, like,
He was hardcore.
yes, like, legit, and it's like, you know, I think somebody like John Barenthal is probably
Yeah.
the closest like actor like equivalent.
I still haven't watched that Punisher show of his.
Oh, dude,
haven't
it was,
either.
it was good.
But-
I mean, all those were good.
He's
Honestly.
got a really good podcast too. Like,
John Bernthal does.
yeah,
that makes
real
sense.
ones.
Funny story about. I don't know if I said it on here already.
I bet you did.
But he is like he's a real ass dude. Shout out to that fucking Browning automatic fucking shotgun right there.
That was dope.
Remember, no second chances.
Is it Tom Cruise?
Oh yeah.
Dead. And when he's ready, you cut him loose.
He was just
What was
taking
that
full
series of
out.
movies
We
that he
actually-
had?
We watched this. we
His most
watched
popular
this a few
ones.
months back.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
What's
Yeah.
that Charles Bronson series? Like, what would be his Dirty Harry? He had that series of movies.
Clint
Death
Eastwood?
Wish.
Death Wish.
Oh, Death Wish. Yeah.
That's it. Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
But it's like his more iconic ones were see like that was like later on like this one after he was like
Become too good.
an older like guy.
Yeah.
Like, back in like the 60s and stuff. He was in like
Top mechanic.
Magnificent Seven,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, with like Yul Brynner and all that,
Yeah.
which was
Yul
based
Brynner.
off of was it the Kurosawa? Yeah, which like was it Kurosawa that did Seven Samurai?
This trailer wins for me. Yeah.
Kurosawa did Seven Samurai.
Yes. Yes.
Which the Magnificent Seven, I believe, was like loosely based off of
Okay.
Seven
Yeah.
Samurais, and Charlie Bronson was. That was one of his like earlier movies.
I like how you call him Charlie.
Yeah, he's Charlie fucking Bronson.
I call him
right?
My
Chuck.
last, and last but not least, which I would like to show a trailer for. And again, this is on Tubi. It's a classic. It must be watched if you are a fan of classics and movies. Blackula.
Blackula trailer.
Blackula was not playing. I will tell you that
which one
much.
do we want to do here? We got
The second one, the Rotten Tomato one.
Rotten Tomato. What does it say? What does it say? Rotten Tomato.
Yeah, that one. Right there.
Okay,
Rotten
right
Tomato
there.
Classic trailers. 2 and 3 were both.
So he's Dracula, but he's African American.
Blackula.
African American, doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
The Black Avenger.
What the Black Avenger? That's what's his name?
With horror. Blackula.
They ain't do that man no favors with that beard or whatever the.
Deadlier even than he.
Yeah, it's like
He just
It's
he
like,
was
I
just
know
beating
not
the
to try
shit
and grow
out
a
of
beard.
people.
You're the nut that ran in front of my cab. You're the only imbecile on this street. Boy.
oh,
Look at man, you found out me.
is he trying not to laugh?
Oh!
You take your hands off of me. I don't know you.
It's like you couldn't figure out if he was a werewolf or a vampire.
Warm young bodies will feed his hunger.
Hey now,
Hot, fresh blood will quench his awful thirst.
is this a skin flick?
Bloody Mary,
That's too bad.
are you in
Are you Black Dracula?
Oh, Black you.
heavy stuff?
What do you think of vampires?
Can you dig it?
They're possibly the most
He kind of looks like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think vampires are opaque.
Did you watch this one by yourself, Mikey?
Yeah.
Good man. You didn't. No one wanted to watch it with you.
No.
You didn't ask
Actually,
your dad?
there's one more. There's one more we should watch.
Yeah.
Wacky Taxi, 1972.
Waxy Taxi.
And then it's on you. Oh, that rhymed. I wish I could do that.
Oh, this is that Jimmy Fallon and Queen Latifah movie.
I'm going home.
Probably.
Be singing.
This is a remake of Driving Miss Daisy.
You'd probably like this, Matt.
Yeah, you
John
actually
Astin
would.
as Pepper.
Oh, it's what's his name?
Wackiest adventure yet of man and his machine.
Fester or whatever.
Gomez.
Gomez. Yeah.
Pepper is a
got you, bro.
papa, devoted to the family game of love and
That was a
understanding.
putback.
Pepper finds
Shout out to
himself
that
playing
fucking
a new
Eldorado
game
he's
called
driving.
Who's Got the Taxi? The chase is on and the fun begins.
Hijinks.
It's an illegal taxi.
Treasure hunt loaded with laughs and full of surprises. Pepper has problems.
Pepper has a drug addiction.
Drop the crowbar.
And a gambling issue.
You'll cry for Pepper. You'll laugh at Pepper.
I just want my taxi.
Damn plane, all right? Do me a favor. I'll give you a big tip. Don't miss it. Now let's go. Okay.
Is that Maury?
Maury Povich?
Maury's wigs?
Marty's wigs from
It's a red light.
Goodfellas.
You'll be in the taxi for rib-tickling thrills and the wildest race against time since Bullet and the French Connection. It's a trip you
For
won't
fans of the
wanna
French Connection, Wacky Taxi.
Yeah.
miss the ride in Pepper's Wacky Taxi.
You enjoyed
Funny,
it?
though, because
Yeah,
like,
it was funny,
that was
dude.
like those are like the.
That's great.
It's funny because I feel like those were still the gold standard of like chase movies.
Uh-huh.
Is the French Connection?
Oh, yeah.
Bullet. And like, what was that? There was a movie. There's a movie recently. Where it
Oh,
was
I was
like,
going to say Vanishing Point.
was that? No,
That was the one back in the day with the Challenger that
well, there was,
Tarantino was inspired
yeah,
by
well,
in
there was
Death
a
Proof.
movie. There was a movie that was done recently. I say within the last, like, I don't even know when, like 10 years at least, I feel like. But they were talking about how they wanted to film it like a chase movie, like a car chase movie, but it wasn't. I can't remember who the fuck it was. But it was like, as soon as I heard that, it was a movie I had seen, and I was like, oh my God, it was like that. But
Yeah.
it's a genre of movie you don't see anymore, too. It's like the
Oh, yeah,
like
dude.
car chase movies and stuff.
Yeah, not like that. But so, I guess I'll get to. Well, I'll show a couple. I'll show a trailer for a movie, kind of a one-off that I watched it, and this is actually one of a sci-fi movie that I remember always seeing at the video store, Chris, but never the one that I never actually rented, called Silent Running.
I'm so, dude, I have the screenshot of this
And
because this was one I didn't
Dern,
watch.
The great Bruce Dern, Laura Dern's
Yes.
father, and you would recognize.
Look, I have it screenshotted because I'm like, I want to watch it. I didn't see
There
it.
you go.
Thank you. I'm so glad you recommend. This just confirms that I need to watch this.
Yeah, no, yeah, you should. It's
Yeah, Bruce
pretty
Dern's
prescient.
the dude
It's,
from.
it's pretty forward thinking because it deals with
It's funny
like
how,
the force
obviously,
and like
those are
plants of basically the plant or Earth is just basically
Space convoy
consumed them all the resources and the only trees
rare cargo.
that are left.
Forests, the plants, the growing
Prometheus
things
or
doomed to
whatever.
extinction on Earth.
Yep.
Am I thinking of the right thing? Prometheus. Wasn't that-
I mean, it's the Alien movie.
Yeah, didn't they have like a?
I mean, they weren't like preserving the last of mankind's
you know-
forest or
Okay,
anything like that.
He's the dude from.
Up this forest.
And I know he's been in a lot of
Sam
shit,
Rockwell.
but he's been in what's it called?
Oh, yeah,
Once
dude.
Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he was the old man. He was like, "I'm here. You're on Spawn Ranch."
hear shit.
Uh huh.
Silent running.
Spawn
Yeah.
Movie Ranch.
No, yeah, you recognize, and that's Laura Dern's dad.
Yeah.
Every moment
That's
bringing
crazy.
its own danger as man explores the mysteries of an unknown
And really kind of-
universe.
Not unintentionally, but it has like AI elements where he's just becomes friends with these robots because he's all he has left.
That's pretty cool.
Right there.
Oh yeah, I see. Dude, I definitely want to watch this.
Yeah, it's like maybe like one of the first big tree hugger movies. I don't know. I mean, it's
It
like
might
you know,
be, yeah.
Meet the almost human drones, amazing companions on a journey beyond the stars.
What's the phrase?
That's Matthew.
Very human-like.
That's Matthew right there.
That scene, I was
Full
laughing
making-
because
making
he
friends
does a
with
laugh at the
machines.
end of that. It was pretty convincing because he's going crazy.
Rejoice in the sun and silent running.
This shit looks pretty cool.
And the
though.
soundtrack was cool. It's like this folksy stuff goes on.
dude, the set design.
Yeah. And like when the first shots, it zooms out and it says like American Airlines cargo freighter. Like so American Airlines was cool with them using their name like for the spaceship.
That's cool. It would have been funny if it was Braniff.
Not the droids. These are not the droids you're looking for. And I believe there's a connection to either a special effects guy or some kind of designer that worked on 2001: A Space Odyssey. That worked on this stuff.
Joan Baez.
That was the chick singing those folksy songs. Yeah.
She's singing or that's her
Soundtrack
in it
stuff.
or
She
she's
was,
just.
There's no females in it.
Oh, you know who Joan Baez
She's
is,
she's
right?
a singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on the soundtrack. That song.
Okay, she
Yeah.
sings the song "The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down." Virgil Kane is my name, and
Oh,
I drove
yeah.
on the
No,
Danville
that's a great song.
train.
I'm pretty sure Billy's probably covered it.
Yeah.
That's her, Joan Baez, dude.
Yeah, dude. So Silent
She's
Running.
the mother of.
Didn't she also
Javier
do
Baez.
No, hold up, time out. Didn't she do "You're So Vain"? Or was
No, that was it was not Joan Baez. That was
no Carol Simon,
Carly Simon.
Carly
Yeah.
Simon? Sorry.
Yeah. So vain, yeah,
You know who they think that song was about, or who?
Yeah, what's his name?
Who they think?
Me.
Who they think?
I thought
who
the
they
song was
think-
about me.
Time out.
Chris was right.
You know who they think?
You're So Vain is singing about?
Time out. You know
Who
how I'm
she
trying to
wrote that
say it.
song about.
Yeah, but you know I'm trying to. Who they think?
I think it's like a documented
She
known
thinks
thing.
the guy that thought who they think the guy
Who?
that thinks the song was about. James Taylor. I'm sorry.
JT.
Sorry, my bad.
JT.
James Taylor.
Yeah. So.
But
Yeah,
the thing
sorry, my
is,
fault.
it
We'll keep
actually
going.
was
No,
Chris.
I was trying to
That was
figure
it?
out which. Yeah. So the song, they think the song was about James Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
I
what
was
he was
just
trying to
I
say.
was just.
Like,
It
yeah,
wasn't
no,
that I was trying. I was trying to say it in a more clever way than
got
just
you. No, I
that.
got
Than that. That
The
was
guy
all.
that probably
I
thinks
got
the
you.
song
Yes.
is about him.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a guy that.
That's
that
it. Because the
James
song's
Taylor-
guess.
Yeah, I
For
got you.
fuck's sakes.
We're
Okay.
all guys. We're all a little so vain.
Yeah.
So that's the trailer. Then I'm just gonna get into a couple movies that'll be. A big movie came out this year. I'll go with the bigger one first. The Godfather. A little movie called The Godfather came out in 1972. So to get to The Godfather, it's a landmark year, landmark film, right? Let's see. So crime. So Francis Ford Coppola. This is kind of what really put gangster films on the map. So this is a movie that The Sopranos, all this Goodfellas, all that stuff. This is the first one
Yeah,
to
that, like,
do
got the-
Italian mafia
Like,
mobster
whetted
stuff
the-
like this.
Whetted the appetite.
Yeah, and so that's and
that
just
was in
even thinking 72 and really just
ran
thinking
all the
about
way
that.
till like the mid '90s, because Casino was.
Oh, yeah.
it ran pretty much until, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mid-90s were the big. Yeah, it's a good.
So it moved beyond typical gangster tropes and explored the complex themes of family and power and morality, which all those kind of elements that are just common in mob shows, mob movies. It had a performance-driven narrative and ensemble cast, right? So, definition of performance-driven narrative is a film where the story is primarily advanced and emotional impact is generated through the actors' portrayals of characters. So it's not more like the events that are occurring, but the actual acting behind what's occurring. And so Godfather prioritized nuanced character development and acting, which, 1972 wasn't a common, if you get to see the trailers and everything you watched, you can kind of get that idea. Another point, Mikey, visual storytelling and mise-en-scene mastery.
Well, see, there it is. I just told you about that.
Yep. And again, as we learned a couple weeks ago, mise-en-scene, arrangement of everything that appears in the framing, from actors, props, setting, lighting, and composition. So Francis Ford Coppola and cinematographer Gordon Willis, they created a very visually rich film. And it's some of those movies you watch, and it definitely takes you into a whole different world convincingly.
So that's what I love about the movie Once Upon a Time in the West, is the mise-en-scene.
There you go.
Is the
That's it.
Just the total ambiance of all it. That's
Yeah. And then there's auteur, auteur. It's like you see, like artist, auteur is kind of like they might, if a director is referred to as an auteur, this is kind of a seminal film for that whole theory, where it kind of says that the director should be considered the author of the film, because and that's, I guess, was the thinking before to an extent, but not as much as it is now, to where, like, the director is the artistic vision, and there's still movies where directors get hired and the studios might have a say, but this was more like, not just we're hiring a guy that knows how to do the job to make the movie we want. This is a guy doing the job to make the movie he wants.
Yeah, he literally made the movie he wanted in every way without
exactly compromising or like doing his best not to. And so revolutionary cinematography, right? And so the new word for this week is chiaroscuro.
Chiaroscuro?
Chiaroscuro. Yeah, it's not on here, but it's on another thing. But it's low-key lighting, so which translates roughly to what we call low-key lighting. So it's the style of lighting that emphasizes shadows and high contrast. So just kind of that overall kind of dark, vibe that they have, like, where the Godfather,
like what David Lynch played on an Eraserhead sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like the overhead lighting, interrogation room,
exactly,
shadows.
Exactly, high contrast to create some moody or dramatic atmosphere. And so that, that darkness of the whole scene environment is kind of representative of just the darkness and just the absence of morality, in the whole world of crime. But so, The Godfather. So
I was going to say something about The Godfather that Chris has mentioned or whatever. He told me about one time was the scene where the guy, who is it, Luca Brasi's character? What was that?
Yeah, it was, he was, the actor that played him was like, I don't remember if the guy he was like a weightlifter or like a, musclehead. He was something, but they cast him for that part. And I found out that, because I think I talked about this early on in one of our podcasts, in like one of our early podcasts.
Yeah.
But there's a scene, and I'm not sure if it's in, I don't know if it was from the first Godfather or one of the other ones, but it was like they'd cast this guy to play Luca Brasi, and the scene, there's a scene where he's sitting there rehearsing his like lines that he's gonna read when he that he's gonna say when he goes before the Godfather or whatever. That wasn't actually shot like that. What that was the actor actually standing there reading his lines.
You did, yes.
Because Ford Coppola found out, he was like, I cast this guy because he fucking looked the part.
Yeah.
He can't act for shit. And he was like, but how can I make this work?
They caught him rehearsing.
So they caught him in a room rehearsing his lines to himself.
Yes, I remember.
And they recorded it like that and then tried to portray it as though this guy that was so big and mean and scary and everything that intimidated
because I think
the
remember I was talking about that movie
else.
The Fall with that little girl. They said they filmed the little girl like secretly.
That's
because
what it was.
Yeah.
No, that's what, because it was
the
one
same
of our,
type
like,
thing.
earliest podcasts. But I'm not sure if that was in
the first
the
or the second one.
Godfather, or I'm not sure which one that was in. I think it was in the first.
I think it was
one,
in
though.
I think it was in the Godfather.
But either
no, it's either
way,
that or More Money, More Problems.
The scene, it was all about the Benjamins with Ice Cube and Mike Epps. But either way.
But when did y'all watch? So this is a movie that I saw the second one before I saw the first one, and I didn't see the first one until probably the last 5 years. I didn't finish rewatching it for this, but I had watched it within the last 5 to 7 years for me, which is recently enough, just because it's one of those movies that it's great, but I feel like it's one of those movies that a lot of people actually haven't gone back and watched. So did y'all? You said you watched it?
I didn't.
No,
not for this. I didn't watch it for this, but it's one that again.
Yeah.
I've actually seen like twice. I feel like the first time years ago, and then I saw it again not all that long ago.
Yeah.
But because then there was things I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that, or parts of the movie that kind of hit different.
Yeah.
It was like whenever he first like
more
went
mature,
to do the
you get the mind of a man.
well, whenever he went to do the scene where it was like he kind of like finally got his hands dirty.
with the butter?
No, but
Okay.
in the
Yeah,
where he went
yeah,
and met
'cause
the
they
two
wanted to keep him
gangsters or
clean.
whatever.
Yeah.
And he finally like set
Wanted
it
to
up
prove
like
himself.
against their will or whatnot. Like, and it was like, oh shit, like you kind of like actually imagining.
Is that
like,
the one with the gun in
making
the
sense.
bathroom? Mm-hmm. Is that the second? That's the first one.
And he
isn't it?
comes out and shoots them or whatever in
Yeah.
the chairs or whatnot. And he's got like the guy in the.
that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yes, that's
yeah.
it. Nice.
Yep.
Yep, that's it.
But I'll go and show a little trailer for this movie called The Godfather.
Should you just show the 2-minute one or the 3.5-minute one?
Whatever this one is. But I can I can play that scene after this too. Timeless soundtrack too, of course.
Oh my god, yeah.
That music.
Fun fact about it too. Is
I mean, you just look at this
The
and look at all
people-
the other trailers of the movies you watched.
one
You know.
of the people
My
that
father
like
is no different than any other
it's a
powerful
movie
man
that's
who's
widely respected
responsible for other
in
people.
that life.
Yeah.
It was like they kind of tried to get that across in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
That was like mobbed up dudes love The Godfather, the first one.
Because I guess it was based on this guy Mario Puzo's
Howell.
book or something, and
Yeah,
the way it was
Mario
handled
Puzo.
and done. Yeah.
You know my father. The men are coming here to kill him.
Now you want to get mixed up in the family business?
James Caan.
So young there.
Marlon Cottonball Brando.
Like your father.
I never wanted this for you.
Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone.
Fredo, you
against the
broke my
family
heart.
again. Ever.
Michael, do you renounce Satan and all his works?
I do renounce him. Don't ask me about my business, Kate.
Is it true?
Yeah, Diane Keaton, right?
Leave the gun. Technical only.
Yep. Yeah, the closing of the door. That scene of that happening is just in so many different. I loved it when they did it in what was it, the second Deadpool? Whenever he's at the X Mansion and all the X Men are in the room and they close the door on him. I'll just go to that scene real quick. Let me see how long it was. The bathroom one. It says it's a trailer. Let's see. Maybe it's the original. The original. 2 hours of Godfather. Godfather 2,
Nothing
buddy.
but Godfather, dude.
What?
Me and Matt made a joke about because I was saying how I learned
He
how to
puts-
play this on the guitar,
That down there, yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even think about that till just
and
now.
Matt was saying like we're gonna do a tour of
that's
just
the
playing
same
2
thing, I
hours and
think.
nothing but Godfather.
Yeah, I think it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
So The Godfather, man. Timeless classic. And so the next one I'm going to do is the movie that I had the synchronicity with my dear amazing father about. A little movie called What's Up, Doc? And so this is a comedy. It's a comedy. And so it's pretty... I'm trying to think, you know, I've always, you know, like in anybody, I love comedies. I feel like right now it's harder to sit down in a room with people and actually get them to start to try and take interest in an old comedy, let alone an old movie. I feel like it might be more difficult to get them to try and enjoy them old. Maybe that's just me. I just feel like there's
I think
there's
it
like
depends
generational
on
gaps in it's at least that's just my take on.
It depends on the comedy.
Oh
too,
yeah, I was gonna
know?
say
But
that.
from like the 70s. Okay, so
I was gonna say that just because, yeah, with the comedy, because it's like I've had people that have never seen Blazing Saddles, and then they start watching, and they're like, "The fuck," and they're like,
okay.
locked
I'll give
in.
an exception to I guess
Like-
to something
Well,
that's not pushing the
or
boundaries.
Spaceballs.
Well, no, I think I'd like the thing about it is that where like with comedy movies, because I was trying to think of where it was like going back and watching Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
Like when you go back and watch Chappelle Show, it was like you forget, it was like you remember all like the big skits and stuff like that, but you forget all like the in between skits.
That wasn't like terribly funny.
They were hilarious,
Yeah.
but they're so dated.
Yeah,
And they're so,
like, time relevant
The
to-
old like iMac
Yeah.
commercials where it was like
making
where
fun
they
of
would
the-
just show the guy in the white room.
There's
He was
references to things in that pop culture
That
that
were-
time
yeah,
that won't
or
be
the-
funny because
that somebody
Yeah.
nowadays would watch. They'd be like, that's funny, but they wouldn't understand. What,
Yeah.
and so that's something I feel
The
like
Eclipse
in a lot
commercial.
of
Yeah,
exactly. But something that
or just like
a
all
lot
the
of-
scary movies, all those movies
Yeah.
like that, they're immediately dated by like
so-
there'll be really funny stuff,
I
but then
feel
there'll be
like
jokes they
that's
don't get.
something that happens a lot of times in comedic movies anyway, is that it's like
I
they
can see
poke-
that.
they poke fun at the the modern culture, whatever. So I think to your point, the comedy movies from way back that stand up are the ones that are just funny without a social like at that time.
Yeah.
Like, without having too much of the cultural, like if you don't know what was funny at that time, you won't get why that joke was hilarious.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. But what's up, Doc? So some important elements and key techniques about it. So pacing and comedic timing. So the director is Peter Bogdanovich, and it really was like masterful command of pacing and timing. It's one of those movies that it really wants it from the beginning to the end. It's got a momentum and an energy that's going, and it's great because it literally just starts like with there's a
builds.
bag, you see a bag, and then the guy looks at another guy to like follow the bag, someone with a bag, and it's just it's like, okay, there's a mystery, there's a bag, this guy's following it,
Yeah,
you know
the desk
nothing,
guy.
So it's
and it just
culturally
keeps
relevant
going.
now, 'cause
Exactly.
they're trying to get the bag.
Yeah, and so
That is
in
true.
comedic editing, right? So there's a lot of swift cut edits during chase scenes and comedic set pieces, where it's just again some commonplace where it's just like something really funny's happening, then it just cuts. Like Lonely Island guys, or Andy Samberg and those guys. Whenever there'd be something funny, you think a hot rod, dude, just be like something funny, haha, and then it just cuts. The scene's just over.
I found some fireworks. You guys want to
Yeah,
light them?
and plus it's technically, I think, a slapstick comedy, like because there's a lot of just ridiculous, over the top slapstick and just physical comedy elements that are incorporated to it, and it has the idea of a straight man comedic foil. So like the Ryan O'Neal, the main guy, who's also might be known from Love Story, which I've never seen.
I was gonna say I knew he was from that movie, but he reminded me of somebody else because Love Story was in a year we just covered, like two things ago. It was like 74 or something. I think
believe
we just
you-
did 74 or something like that, and it was in that.
But yeah, we
one.
didn't even mention that one.
That
But,
was
yeah.
No,
the
we
one-
didn't mention it, but
is
it was
the
in
one
that year.
about Alan
Tipper. Yeah, no, it was.
Okay,
He
yeah,
wrote that
I thought-
book.
Yeah, it was about Al Gore. and
Yeah,
Tipper.
so he didn't play in it, but yeah. So, and I guess
that
this is a
Harry
rare
Return?
comedic thing, but he was the straight man to Barbra Streisand, who was the comedic. Like her performance in this movie is phenomenal.
She did a great job.
Like she looks great. She sounds like, but she's
She
funny.
did do-
She's very freaking funny.
Yeah.
And I just think of all the female comedic actors that have come. Like if they didn't know about her, like she paved the way for a lot. Especially having like a female kind of lead character being funny. I mean, they've existed, but this was like a big thing.
No, and yeah.
Yeah. Keep going.
I was just gonna say I'm trying to think. There was, because I watched it and there was somebody. She reminds me, like, there has been a modern performance that reminded me of like her character in that.
Yeah.
And I can't. It's
So
like
did you
it
you
couldn't-
you watched the whole movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
and to me it's
did you,
like
did you honestly find it funny, or was it
I
kind of
found it
took a while to get
funny.
into
No,
it?
I
Yeah.
found it funny because, like you said, immediately, like she goes to the one lady checks in at the hotel.
Yeah.
The guy sees inside the bag. He's like, "My lord." And then,
Yeah.
he looks at the other dude sitting there and he's like, hey, you can fucking follow that lady. Like you said,
Yeah.
immediately they build this, like, you're like, okay, what's in that? What are they doing? What's this guy
Yeah.
knows there's a
Tale as old as
backstory.
time.
Like,
Fiction,
and so, you know, it builds from there. But there's somebody, like, there's a girl character that I feel like, I don't know if it's one of the, I don't know if it's some, like, girl from a show. But there's
Sarah
somebody,
Silverman or something?
No, it's a better performance. It's a much better performance than like a Sarah Silverman
In a
or
recent
like
movie.
Yes, or like a TV show. Again, I'm trying to think of the way she played the character of being like almost Kirsten Dunst in Fargo, sort of, in a sense.
Okay.
Because Kirsten Dunst in Fargo was very just like, she compartmentalized to an extent and was like, okay, what are you worried about, silly? Like, we're just going to do this. And that's kind of like how
I
she
get what
came
you're saying.
across to me. Like,
Oh yeah,
I really did like Kirsten Dunst in Fargo. That was actually one of her best roles, I think.
yeah, in the best season for me, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Which one was that? Was season 2?
Oh no, it's my favorite. That might be three. My favorite's 2, but I can't remember if she
Two
was.
was-
She was
yeah,
in 3
2
or
was, Sioux
4
Falls.
then.
Yeah, she
She wasn't in the one that's in the 70s.
Yes, she
Yeah,
was.
that was-
Okay,
She
then
was
that
the
is 2.
hairdresser.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
that
that
was
is
Sioux
2.
Falls.
That's
That
Because
was
2.
the guy
season
that
two, yeah.
With
plays
old dude.
Todd in Breaking
Yeah.
Bad.
Yes,
Like, that's her
Plemons,
husband.
Jesse Plemons. They're married in real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that was
Yeah,
Sioux
with
Falls.
old
That was
dude
season 2.
Hansi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That won.
So her
that won the
character
battle.
in that
We're not
very
talking
much,
about
her
that.
character reminded me of
Okay, that's interesting.
very
Because I can
like,
see it, but she's obviously not playing an overt comedic role in that. But
No.
just the way their personalities were, you can connect.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can see that.
She kind of looked alike too, and it's like it's funny, just the random scene that because like you had it on when we got here, so I came in
Yeah.
and set my bags down or whatever. She actually kind of looked, reminded me of Jennifer Aniston from Friends. It was like something
Okay.
about like her hairstyle. Of course, like Jennifer Aniston's hair is Rachel. Changed every fucking week and was on
Oh,
the
yeah.
corner of every fucking magazine for
Oh
10
yeah, dude.
fucking years.
No, you're right though. Very
But
Jennifer
it-
Aniston.
it-
It's like her nose
yeah,
and brow
like
line.
the because that's what she was looking like.
Like
the
right here?
second one,
Right here? Yeah.
was the scene that I had seen her in where it was like
The
oh,
guy
that's
does
Babs.
sort of
Look
remind
at
me of.
Babs
He is
looking
Chevy
like Jennifer.
Chase's.
Yeah,
Chase
kind of.
is-
Yeah, but
Ish.
You remember him from Love Story and Peyton Place and
there's a scene I'm gonna show after this that I've queued up. Part of the courtroom scene, which I know I just love the courtroom scene.
excuse me, funny girl.
Wow,
She spells
funny
it without
girl.
an A. How was that, Bobby?
I said this is the official trailer. Yeah, that's cool.
It is cool.
And I'm gonna say
Like
this.
breaking the fourth wall.
This shows San Francisco when it really seemed like an
In its
amazing
peak.
place to be.
Yeah.
As I was telling my dad, I'm like, man, San Francisco was a really beautiful place at one point, wasn't it?
Well, there's not much to see, actually. We're inside a Chinese dragon.
Any experienced observer of shooting techniques will quickly sense the utterly new and different atmosphere created on the Bogdanovich set. No more the crass showmanship and slapdash of the old Hollywood.
You think I played baseball when I was a kid?
So even this was like an homage to like classic slapstick. Even this in
Yeah.
this time, this was like doing.
That's cool. Yeah.
I would love to see somebody
That's pretty
actually do something like this again. I just don't know how well it would be received. And it's so clever. It's just like it's clever funny. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like-
it's just some of it's be like oh it's silly whatever, but no, but it's undeniably clever to where you have to admire it.
Action. I can't find my rocks.
Let's grab the cases.
Which ones?
Here too, none of the catch-as-catch-can, do-it-anyway attitudes of former filmmakers.
Print.
Here instead is a skilled
That maid
artist,
shooting that gun's
sophisticated
hilarious
in
because she's like pulling the
using
trigger
camera
like.
as Heifetz uses a Stradivarius.
It's an interesting trailer. The way that
The
they're doing it.
relationship between star and director is no longer as in the old days.
It's a meta
one of
trailer.
master and slave. Here, mutual respect between the
It's like a movie
artist-director
talking
and
about
artist-star
the movie in the
make
making of the
possible
movie.
an
The
exquisitely
trailer.
Yeah.
honed response.
Must remember this.
I guess the director's like
Yeah.
showing the way the actress does the scenes because that's where Barbara Streisand's singing.
A kiss is still a kiss.
In a rare glimpse of two artists at work,
That's
we
they're
are
already
aboard
doing
an
the scene, but
That's
that's normally
awesome.
Barbara
Dr.
Streisand there.
Bogdanovich, working with
The
stars
cigarette
Barbara
beside.
Streisand
He's like,
and
be
Brian
sexy.
O'Neill.
You
This is
recognize
what I mean.
recognize this guy too. Oh, the director.
And create that almost indefinable thing, which is most simply described as a motion picture called What's Up, Doc?
Thank you, Papa Mac.
Yes, I'm glad I finally.
When two lovers woo, they still say,
They still say,
I love you.
And it was refreshing to actually like watch a comedy from a time, and just I know that as soon as my daughter could watch this now, she wouldn't get it, but I
Yeah.
could. This is like a safe
But you
movie I
could-
can
yeah,
always
you
put
have
in front of
it
her.
on it, Yeah.
And like her laugh when she slowly gets jokes, and that be I'm having to
Look
explain
at
something
him.
dirty.
Like actual humor.
Yes.
Not
Like
not
true,
cheap-
genuine
yeah,
humor,
not
not
like-
crass
not cheap
blue.
humor or,
Yeah, dude.
you know, that's why I said I guess that kind of goes back
So
to my point about it, you know, like standing up, where it's like
Yeah.
it's actually funny, like it's not
yeah,
just
exactly.
poking fun at the current thing or like you know,
Yeah,
you have
so
to have a
exactly-
frame of reference. It's just funny.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. You're not gonna really miss anything because it's
Yeah.
referencing stuff
Timeless.
time
It's
sensitive.
timelessly funny.
So there's this part of this, maybe might be 3 or 4 minutes of this scene at the courthouse towards the end, and I don't know. It's for a reason. I just I can't get enough of this.
Look at them. They're a foul and depraved looking lot, bailiff.
Those are just the spectators, Your Honor.
Oh, of course. Get on with it.
Hey, all those present, let it be no corners now. It's let's play the 30th of July, 1972 is all match day. Bob Maxwell presiding.
He scared himself.
Now, I don't want any noise tonight. I don't want any disturbances or demonstrations of any kind. I want peace and calm and order.
Luden's golf drop.
Any nonsense of any sort, I will be merciless. Merciless. Is that clearly understood? Do you think they understood that, bailiff?
Yes, sir, I'm sure they did.
Let's get tonight's horror show on the road.
Sure, all right?
No, my honor is not feeling all right. My head is pounding. My metabolism has practically ceased to function, and my nerves are completely shot.
That's too bad, sir.
Do you have any idea what it's like to sit here night after night and watch this endless parade of human debris floating by?
Yes, sir, of course I have.
Oh, no, you don't. You don't have to make up your mind whether to put them away in some ghastly hellhole,
He starts talking about the pills.
turn them all loose to commit some other hideous offense. I'd like to send every one of them to an island somewhere.
It's like small claims court.
Maybe chains.
I'm gonna turn these off.
Do you know why I don't, bailiff?
Why, Judge?
Compassion. I just have too much compassion. That's why I'm a wreck.
Right here. It's
See this
fine.
yellow pill?
Yes, sir.
You know what it's for?
What, Judge?
To remind me to take this blue.
That's right.
I forgot.
I don't remember.
They're afraid to tell me.
Your Honor, I think we'd be fine.
They're afraid to tell you what your own pill is for. I'm gonna wait till there's one joke whenever the lady says something. He's like, unbelievable. I don't know if you remember, Mikey.
Oh yeah.
Silence! Shut up! Everyone. Now, if there are any further outbursts of this nature, I'm going to give somebody orders to shoot to kill.
He smashed his
Nice with
lightsaber.
lifesavers. Now, we're going to get this story calmly and clearly.
Yeah.
First of all, just what the devil are these?
my jewelry.
Now, wait a minute. Whom do these cases belong to? The government.
I want my bike back.
Not even related to.
I'll give you a
Is that little Caleb?
If you don't be
For
quiet.
real.
Officer. What are these people being charged with?
Well, that's kind of hard
He's
to
just
say,
always
Judge.
taking all this
Give it a
stuff.
shot.
Well, sir, we picked some of them out of San Francisco Bay.
Entering the country illegally?
No, sir, they drove in.
The country?
Into the bay.
Oh, that's better. Unauthorized use of public waters.
Mostly in stolen cars.
Oh, that's grand larceny.
Then there was a shooting.
That's assault with a deadly weapon.
They broke into my home,
That's breaking and entering.
and they brought her with them forcibly.
Just covered.
That's kidnapping.
They tried to molest me.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, dude. I mean, I
Me
can,
seeing you.
I can watch that whole scene once you get. It's so. I love
Oh
it, man.
man, that's awesome.
Shout out to Tom Landry in the back there.
No,
Yeah,
there's
right?
there's a lot of faces like this dude is young. Even like the guy, the bailiff, the white dude who's talking
Dude,
to him there.
that's freaking
That guy, I don't know the
hilarious.
guy's name, but you recognize him. Like there's in
That's
that chick that said
unbelievable.
they tried to molest me. Madeline Kahn. This is her first movie.
That's crazy.
So that's a face I think a lot of people probably recognize. But yeah, man, what's up, Doc? It's you should definitely watch. If you should definitely watch it. It's I feel like it's a movie you won't ever hear anyone bring up that I'm aware of. I really wouldn't care or know
Yeah.
much about it if my dad didn't.
No,
bring
if
it
you
up,
didn't, yeah, exactly.
So what's up, Doc? But I think that's a good
Movie.
good little 1972.
1972.
Film class. I think let's take a little break and
Take a break.
and then we'll get
I gotta
back
use the bathroom.
and the magic will happen.